All right, let's see here. So what kind of result are you trying to get for this account?
Oops, sorry. I don't know. We didn't actually set up that break-even point.
Okay. It'd be good to know what ROAS they want to be at, but
we have ecom dashboard. You can, maybe it would be easier for you.
okay. Let's just see real quick how many ads we have in here. Okay. All right, let's see this language real quick. Okay, so what does this say specifically?
You are one of our community. We want to thank you and give you 5%, €5 off from 75 euro order value.
Okay. Perfect. So let me see here. So like, yeah, we want to do something where we have an ad that says, so do they have a lot of different products or is this just in the food space?
Just food.
Okay. So I'd recommend like a video and a carousel and retargeting as well.
Okay.
And then, so like having two of those, and then some of the retargeting ads for purchases, I would have say like, okay, ... So we heard you love, the company name, and then you link it, and then you say like, here, get your extra 15% off, right? And then so that way they can take it. So we heard you love, that's one, copy you can also do with the carousel. And then like for, one of those videos, you can say, hey, we appreciate you for being our loyal customer. Please come back for your next order and use code XYZ to get, this special offer, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that way you get more placements and that'll increase your results for sure.
Okay.
Those are two things. So just having a video, image, and carousel and the retargeting is going to be good. And then for your add to carts, let's see, are those custom? Do they say anything along the lines of like, hey, we saw you added to cart, please?
Did you forget something? Take a look again, something in that direction.
Okay. Yeah, so you can say stuff like, hey, we saw you added to cart, get an extra 5% off instead of the 15.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. And then have you retargeted like ad engagements?
I tried, but actually my retargeting wasn't performing very well at all.
Okay. And then your budget is set here on this level. All right, that makes sense.
I'm spending currently around 300 euros daily. But on that prospecting CBO, this is ABO, yes, I'm currently testing new audiences. But regarding A/B testing, I have a few questions at the end that I want to ask you before we end.
Okay. So it looks like that specific ad here that has that. Yeah, this one. You should take this one. Let's see here. And you should create like 10 to 20 interests with it at like €5 each.
Okay.
Yeah, just this one specifically.
Okay.
And then do like 5 to 10 interest at €5 each.
5 to 10. Okay, I understand.
Yeah. So that way you'll probably end up averaging costs around this much across all of those.
That will be profitable. But when I increase that budget afterwards, my
should be off. And this should be off.
You can turn it off.
That one can be off. This one can be off. That'll take your cost from 22. You said euro?
Yes, euro.
That'll take you from 22 to €17. So that shaved off about €5. And then we could go inside these, and these aren't working. So these could all go off. And that'll take you down to, let's see what that brings you down to.
This ad hasn't spent actually not much.
So that brings you down to 16. Yeah, but these are already winners. So like, let's just go with those, you know?
Yeah, understand.
And that across 5 to 10 ad sets will really help lower costs as well. And then this retargeting, yeah, okay. Yeah, then you just have video carousel image, and then that'll lower the cost here.
Videos like user-generated content, something like that.
Yeah, or just a slideshow video. That works too.
Mm-hmm.
So I get rid of these two ads here. Those are no good. And then these two ads here are fine to keep, actually. This one's definitely not working. You're at 21 euro here. That'll bring you down to 20. So yeah, just optimizing is going to help lower your cost for sure. Even if you know something's working and something's not. Like this is obviously a winner, right? Like we know this is winning.
Yes.
So like that's good to keep. And then like this one has 25 purchases and it's all from that one. So like that's great. So honestly, this one doesn't even need to be on because it's in that ad set.
Mm.
And then we can just check them individually. And it's like this one and this one's not working, but we'll keep it in this one because it is, right? That one did work. So like then we go back and check our cost and we went from, 20 down to, let's see. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it did lower to that. Whatever it was previously was higher.
Mm-hmm.
So we shaved off about, it won't tell us, but that's going to decrease your cost for sure.
Mm.
Which is going to be good. So that, lower the cost per result across this entire account overall. And then just us launching interest would make the most sense here.
Okay. That prospecting CBO, those are the best winning audiences and the best ad, but it is, so I launched it 3 days ago. I posed one ad set that got the most ad spend and the cost per purchase was over 60 euros. So what to do about that?
Yeah, now it's at 21. Let's see what it is last 7. 24. It should go back down after us optimizing.
Okay. And when to increase the budget? How do you actually scale to keep that lower cost per purchase and high return on ad spend?
So you can scale this once the costs are stabilized. I wouldn't scale until after these changes, so I give it another 7 days before you scale.
Okay,
But scale by 10 to 20% most.
Understand. Okay.
So those are the changes I would make there. Do you want to launch those interests or do you want to go to another account?
What do you mean?
Oh, you said, did you just want to go over this account only?
Yes,
Okay.
right. So, but because I'm currently I'm starting with all of those clients in the following 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a bit overwhelming right now. But I'm still grateful. I mean,
Right.
8 months, nothing, and then suddenly.
Yes. So optimization is going to be key. And then, if we were to test interest, I mean, we could keep them in here, honestly, just duplicating this ad set, right?
And here I was testing ad copy. So those were 2 ad copies that I have been testing, but you can duplicate.
And then we can just create a quick template that's like ad set interest, and then we can just add this as an open text field in case you want to add anything in there. And then you can separate it by, something like this. This is just to make things go a little bit more fast. So like, for instance, you don't have to rename things now. So let's remove these and we'll only exclude purchase. Any specific reason on 40 to 65?
Because it is those products are actually for older people. So it may seem food is for everyone, but actually they have been running ads for a few months and only older people have been purchasing.
Okay, and what is this? It's food, right? What kind of food is it?
So it is in glass. It is already cooked. You just need to microwave it for a few minutes and it's done. And it is high quality. It is not. It is a bit pricey, and because
what kind of food is it?
You can go on. Let me take a look. So yeah, okay. It is. Those are German traditional food.
I know. I recognize all this stuff. Okay, so that makes sense. Potato soup, chicken stew. I got it.
Yes, but the product page is pretty bad. We are currently working on it. The only thing that we did, we made those sets and we attached add to cart to the screen to make it more recognizable. So I would like to ask you a few questions because I don't have the right structure for my A/B testing. So I bought your course yesterday, and this is your structure actually for A/B testing. And I thought that the right approach for testing ad creatives is to have 5 ad creatives with the same headline and ad copy.
So that's a scientific approach, yes. We switched to this approach whenever the ad limit cap came into place because we needed to test wildly different ads that have nothing in common and then find out which ad, say, copy worked out of those. So like you'd have totally different creative text and headline, totally different creative text and headline, totally different creative ad text and headline, right? All different. And then once one is a winner, then you break that out by having same creative with 2 different headlines. And then you'd break it out even further to find out what variables mattered most there.
Okay, and this is your currently approach.
Yeah, because we found this really maximizes the opportunities because like with 5 totally different ads, they're all covering such, different types of content, different types of text, that the chances of something working goes way up. Because if somebody has one creative that doesn't work and they use it across 5 ads, well, they've just annihilated all of their results.
Yeah. And you don't take a look if it is not equal testing because Facebook picks only one of them and spend the most amount of money.
Exactly.
Okay, and let's say you have one ABO as I had right here, and then I tested. Okay, and then I tested. Audiences and ad creatives. I got my winners, and then I switched to CBO. Do you then make another ABO campaign and test new ad creatives and new audiences, or how do you test?
So if you want to add more audiences, you could leave it on ABO level and just keep adding in audiences underneath it.
Please, can you repeat it? I didn't get you.
So if you have a campaign, right, and you have like 5 ad sets and you're on ABO level, ad set budget, you can continue to add ad sets in there for testing. You should always leave one campaign just for testing and having ad sets go into it.
Okay, so when you have your winners, then you create a separate CBO.
Yeah, you can just put them in the CBO that's winning currently. So like that proven, you would just throw them in there.
Would you add new ad creatives in that existing ad set, or would you create new ad set? And
you only put proven ads in proven audiences.
But let's say right now I have this prospecting CBO and I have new ad creatives and new audiences. Can I then take here and add new ad creatives
No.
to this one? No.
No.
Okay. So I would duplicate it and add new audience and new ad creatives.
Yes.
Or
That's
the
right.
same audience and different ad creative.
You could do that, but you would have overlap. So I'd recommend new audience, new creative.
Okay. But if I have same audience but different ad creatives, that would still cause that overlap.
New audience, new ad creatives, you said?
Same audience but new ad creative.
Yeah, that would cause overlap.
Okay. Okay. When you have tested the first page, okay. And do you have multiple CBO scaling campaigns or only one?
Just one. Yeah. You can be scaling in your ad set level as well if you want for testing.
Okay. My retargeting is constantly bad. How to improve that? You just said. Do you have some approach to new audiences, to new structure because of that iOS update or something?
Yeah. So like what we're doing is focusing on a blend of large audiences and small. So like going after audiences that are maybe, 100,000 size, and then also having audiences that are 1 million plus, doing both sides to test them both.
Do you mean cold and retargeting in the same campaign?
Just cold. So you have cold small audiences that have very tiny, like 50,000, 100,000 size. And then you'd also have in that same, campaign, since it's on the ad set level, it doesn't matter. You'd also have audiences that are, say, 2 million, 5 million, 10 million in size.
Yes, but this is not retargeting, right?
No.
And what about retargeting?
Yeah, so we were talking about adding the carousel, adding the video, adding a single image, having custom text. Hey, we saw you added a cart, use this to get XYZ off.
Okay, and how do you scale? Do you use that cost cap, and how to keep that CPA low?
Yeah, you can cost cap your campaigns once you have like a stable return. So like if you're fine with staying under $20, then you just cost cap it at 20 and just set a budget. Okay.
I also heard that when you, for example, you want your CPA to be 20 euros, but you can cost cap it to 100 euros to outbid everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And how often do you increase that budget? Every 48 hours or?
Every 48 to 7 days, every 48 hours to 7 days.
Okay, but the condition for it to have stable results.
Yeah, you want to make sure it's consistent. You're seeing like results coming in on a consistent basis.
Okay.
For number 13, the easiest way to do this one is by testing a lot more audiences at low spend, because you're going to get a higher ROAS just because they're lower spend and they're going to get like 1 or 2 purchases a day, and you're able to scale horizontally a lot faster.
Okay. And my best audience has been working the whole time, but my frequency is increasing on that same audience. How to combat that?
Find a proven creative and that's working across other audiences that you can then drop into that one.
Okay, and what about if I already have that ad creative in that audience and my frequency is increasing?
Then you need to find another creative that's going to be just as good in the other audiences before you add it in there.
Okay, and what about increasing budget? Will this decrease that frequency?
No, increasing budget's going to, decreasing budget won't necessarily directly result in a decrease in frequency. It'll slow down the frequency from going up.
Okay. And so you have that one ABO prospecting campaign where you test new ad creatives and new audiences, and you are always adding new audiences, new ad creatives to test, and afterwards you are adding those to the CBO, those winners.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. And how to keep that consistent, good, profitable return on ad spend in the long run? So it is easy to get to 5 return on ad spend for 2 days, but how to keep that in the long run?
Yeah, so you're going to want to have a consistent flow of new creative content coming in and finding out what works rather than like, trying insanely new ideas. Like if you find out a specific image type works, then try to keep content revolved around that.
Okay.
And then just keep it coming in on a consistent schedule. And being able to have those core audiences continue to convert with each new creative. And then if you see your ROAS going down, just expanding your interest groups again.
You mean on CBO?
You would do that. Testing new audiences is done on ABO level.
Yes, but when you see your ROAS is decreasing on CBO, then you add those new audiences, new winning audiences to the CBO to increase the ROAS again.
Right.
Okay. And when you add those audiences, do you need to let a few days time to actually get to that?
Always a few days time.
Okay. And how often do you change those new ad creatives? So how often do you add new ones?
It depends if the creative is increasing, if the cost and the ROAS is going down across all of the creative in the entire account, then we would introduce a new one.
Okay.
So you can check like Creative Reporting Hub,
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll show you like a trend line of like the cost.
If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a like and subscribe to help boost the algorithm. And if you haven't already, you should definitely sign up for Surge.io beta. It's an ad tracking software for Facebook that's going to allow you to accurately attribute results between your Facebook ad campaigns and the actual website where you're getting the purchases, so you know which audiences and ads are actually producing your results.